Welcome to the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur Podcast. I want you to be rich. Yes, I want abundant financial success for your business. But I don't just care about your business making money. I care about you too. I want you to be rich in happiness, in the impact you make, in your relationships, and in how you give back. I'm Anna. I built my six-figure business as a side hustle while I was pregnant with my daughter in 2016. Now I've helped dozens of women do the same. I'm here to help you build a profitable, heart-centered, fully booked business with the latest tips on sales and visibility, with proven mindset hacks, and sneak peeks behind the scenes with what's working right now in the online space and in my business. Ready to make more money with heart? Let's go. What if you didn't have a money mindset problem? What if the solution to earning more money with less, quote, work, strenuous work, with less forced effort actually came from working on something entirely different than money? Today, I want to talk to you about time blocks, not money blocks. Because yes, of course, I think it's important to solve our money blocks. Like, it's safe for me to make money and also care about people. It's safe for me to make money without being salesy, like integrating those new money beliefs. But whenever I ask women to share with me their money blocks, without fail, someone will say something like, I doubt my ability to make money without burning out. I doubt my ability to make money and feel good and have time for myself. It always comes back to the time. And so today I really want to dive into the time blocks that are holding you back from making more money. Because I just think it's a whole separate conversation than all of the blocks that we have as heart-centered women when it comes to money and mindset. And because most women I talk to, they have money. You have money. You may not have abundant money. You may not be maxing out your retirement. You may not be vacationing as much as you'd like. You may not have that second or third home, but you have a good amount of money, right? And so really what becomes most valuable, ironically, is not the money. It really is knowing that you can make more money with more time freedom and getting there knowing that you cannot lose what you value most, which is stress-free mornings, tech-free weekends, your physical health, your peace of mind, right? And what's ironic is I really have found in my life that it is money that has helped create more resources and support and help me cut back to a 3-day work week, help me travel more, help me be more patient and present with my kids. But I think before we have that true abundance of money, more money just seems like more work. So you might be thinking like, yeah, I want more money, but I'm okay, right? Like, I don't really need to stretch my goal because what I don't want to do is burn myself out. So today I really want to get clear on the top things that might be holding you back as time blocks that will, as a secondary effect, just clear up so much money for you. Because I really do believe for most heart-centered women, like, that's the block. It's really a time block, and believing that you can create money with it creating time abundance for you. And that's when the money gets easy to create because it feels value aligned instead of, creating more money. For me, one of my biggest fears is like, it's going to make me a bad mom. It's going to burn out my mental and physical health, right? And so of course we're going to sabotage making money if we feel like doing that isn't going to protect what we value most. Okay, I want to talk about 5 of the most common time freedom blocks that I see with heart-centered women. And I want you to identify one of them, not to fix, not to solve, but just to have awareness of. I think so often we get in this like really big self-perfecting, self-achieving mode, which I appreciate. I appreciate that you want to do better and get better. But I think sometimes it's remembering, I want you to say this out loud to yourself. I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent. I'm so intuitive that once I have the awareness, I can trust myself to take the right actions in the right time. Right? That's why for me as a coach, one of my favorite things to do for my clients is give them awareness, but I usually don't just do it once. Because here's the thing, have you heard that like stat of like, our clients, those to hear from us like 8 to 10 times before they convert, right? Or domestic violence client, people need to leave, 7 times before it sticks. Like, I really think it's the repetition more so than anything. So I'm going to guess that this little nugget I'm going to give you today, it's not the first time you heard it. No, no, no. But I hope it's another nudge, another reminder. So I don't want you to get stuck in like 17-step action plan. That's not what's going to change for you. Right? So many of my clients, I'll bring up something to them. And the first time, like I share this in another podcast, like maybe they'll be like, oh no, that's not true. Right? I'll say it again a few sessions later. They'll be like, I'm not sure. Then I'll bring it up later. They'll be like, oh my God, that's it. And then all of a sudden they take action and everything changes. Right? And there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with the awareness. It really sinking in takes time, but I want you to slow down today. I want you to listen to these 5 things, and I want you to pay attention to your body. Maybe you get like a little sparkle in your chest, like a little whimsical sparkle. Maybe you get a headache, right? Maybe you when you hear one of these, you want to turn off the podcast, right? Like just pay attention to what your body does. And I want you to pick a number that rings true for you from these 5. And then I want you to email me. I just want you to email me the one of the 5 and be like, this is the one that's sinking in for me. Okay. Number 1, really confusing not working and or rest with laziness, right? Like this feeling of like, if I slow down, if I'm not working, I'm being lazy or unproductive or wasting potential. This creates guilt around taking mornings off, taking a break, taking a vacation, outsourcing, having a spacious schedule. Like I know for me, when I chopped down to the 3-day work week and the 3-week work month, I really struggled with feeling like I was wasting time. I am going to Spain this summer, which I'm super excited for. And I'm really excited for the culture shock of that things are slower, that like people I hear often will spend like 3 hours eating, that waiters will not hurry up and bring you your check. Like you have to ask for your check because they're not going to shoo you out of there, right? There's less, it's like maybe what we would label as the feeling of lazy. It may not be called that in other cultures. And so really knowing that like it's safe for you to quote, be less productive. This is coming from a girl that in college, my college best friend, Jessica, like would always tease me because I love the word efficiency. I didn't even need to be efficient. I didn't have any kids. I only had a part-time job, but I made myself busy and I was efficient, which serves us in some chapters of life. I have had chapters where I've had to be efficient. But we need to remind ourselves that like those chapters are temporary and often we bring those efficiency patterns even when we're done with the survival chapter. Okay? Maybe you were in a survival season before. I'm not making it wrong that you were efficient in that chapter, but this is a new chapter. You're not in survival anymore. It's safe for you to be inefficient. It's safe for you to waste time. It's safe for you to be lazy. I'm using those words because that's familiar to us. Some might not call it inefficient or lazy. Some might just call it humaning, right? But for now, that's why I use the term like, hey, it's safe to be lazy in your marketing. It's actually not being lazy in your marketing, but it feels that way. It feels that way. Your week is going to be less productive. And yeah, we want that, but some of us, we don't want that also and for me, that's when I had more time and more quiet to do therapy, right? More therapy. And like, it sometimes brings up stuff that we don't want to sort, right? Like there's pros and cons to having free time. And so I think it's really reminding yourself it's safe for me to slow down and that isn't actually lazy. That isn't actually unproductive, right? It's safe for me to just have a slower pace and for me to decide what I want to fill my time with. Some really practical examples of what I fill my time with now more that I didn't used to is sleep. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding. I sleep a lot more than I used to. Like I put myself to bed between like 8 and 10 p.m. That was not happening before, right? Like I will take naps. I was never a napper, right? So when you cut down to the 3-day work week, yes, it's great because you can like get hobbies and blah, blah, blah. But also some of this is just like healthy, proper humaning. Okay, I could do a whole podcast episode on all of these, but I need to move on. Okay, number 2, that success requires hustle, right? If you want a big income, you have to work all the time. The more money you want, the more work you have to do. And I will just say 1,000 times like this is not true, right? Maybe for certain seasons, as we're preparing to scale or as we're transitioning, for me, I was doing my therapy job, my coaching job at the same time for a little bit. So of course that was double work, right? But that's different than what we're creating long-term. Over time, it is easier to have a bigger business. I've done several podcast episodes on this, right? Like as you scale, you have team. As you scale, you have systems. As you scale, you're batching things. As you scale, you're like, oh, I got to get this shit done now because I got to do that thing tomorrow. So you get it done in 10 minutes instead of overthinking it for 7 days, right? Like success does not require hustle, right? And I think we believe like ease equals irresponsibility, but really sinking into the truth that you're available for spacious success, right? That you're able to have more aligned clients, aligned offers, aligned systems, that you can make more with doing less. Okay, next one is this belief that it's selfish to prioritize your needs, your peace, your joy, your schedule, right? Especially for women that are sensitive or empathic, it can start feeling really selfish. What happens when you work a 3-day work week? Of course, you could devote those hours to other people, right? To your family or whatever. But like at the end of the day, what it's doing is just creating more time for you. And that can be seen as like really selfish, especially when we created a life, myself included, on overbooking ourselves, overgiving, emotional labor, never clocking out, right? Really getting a lot of identity from controlling others and supporting everyone else's needs. And so it can be very triggering to prioritize ourselves and our schedule in that way. Okay, I'm just going to leave that one there because I could do a whole nother episode on that. Next one, number 4, is if I step away, everything falls apart. If I let go of control, if I surrender some of the power in my business to team, to like everything's going to fall apart. The world can't exist without me. The world is spinning because of me, right? And I'm not shaming you for this. Like takes one to know one, right? Like maybe you've had a season or a chapter where you really were holding everything together, where you really did have to be hyper responsible, where your nervous system did have to be on overdrive because you were unsafe, because you had to do what you had to do, right? But now that's translated to not feeling self-delegating, simplifying, automating, taking time off. Like it's really come to the point where you have to carry everything alone, and you create this like self-fulfilling prophecy where that's true. Right? So you're really not spending a high enough salary on team members that are actually going to show up and support you, right? You're not investing into systems that like really believing that it's safe for you to find support, to receive support, that when support is not supporting like it should, that you're going to fire it and find new support, right? That your business is safe. It's safe for you to create a business where you can rest and to do the hard work, where you don't have to hold everything together. If we believe I don't have to hold everything together for it to be successful, then we're going to create the systems and find the people where that's true. If we don't believe that's true, we're going to find the systems and the team members where we continually are confirming the message where, see, I knew it. Knew I couldn't trust anyone. Okay, let's move to the last one. The last one is living your version of a happy, boring dream life. Living slower means that you're having a smaller impact or you're being more selfish. Right? If I work less, I'll help fewer people, I'll make less money, I'll lose momentum, right? Like really seeing your availability to others as what's making an impact, right? Your exhaustion as what's making an impact. And I know as I'm saying this, you're like, okay, I already know this not to be true, right? You know that your spaciousness, your inner peace, your ability to connect with your intuition and be grounded and have your nervous system regulated is what creates your creativity and magnetism and leadership, right? That you can create the deepest impact from a really nourished place. Like, you know this. I know you know this, right? But really reminding yourself that it's safe to impact more people from a place of nourishment. Again, going back to that place of like me feeling like making a business was going to make me a bad mom. Instead, really seeing how it's like that stupid oxygen mask analogy. It truly is like, as I am fueled as a CEO of my business, it doesn't mean I have to be always available, right? But my energy is potent. And when I do give my energy, it's going to be fire because I'm coming in, I'm calm, and I'm grounded. Right? Better for you to give your client a 30-minute session where your energy is like pure and on fire than a 60-minute session where you're exhausted. Better for you to give your kids 30 minutes of your time where you're happy and you're lit up and you are peaceful than 3 hours of your time where you're snapping at them, right? I say this because early on in my business, I really insisted on not having any childcare support, and I was not the most patient mom. But as soon as I started hiring a nanny, even for like a few hours a week, I just became a much more patient mom because I would get my work done when we think we want to multitask. We don't. It's a myth that women are better multitaskers than men. Look up the data, right? Instead, we've been conditioned to believe that we have to carry it all. But our brains are happiest when we can find meditation in our everyday work. When in a client session, we're really there with the client and we're enjoying it. When we're with our kids, we're really present and enjoying them, or our dog, or whatever it is, right? Our partner. It's safe for you to realize that your energy is potent and precious and magnetic and so valuable. Okay, I gotta go. But I want you to tell me which of these 5 is resonating with you for the time block that you really feel like is holding you back from money. But it's a time block. Believing that you're worthy of, I think actually it's easier for women to believe, it's safe for me to make 6 figures, multi-6 figures, $1 million. It's not safe for me to believe that I can make 6 figures and work a 3-day work week. I can make 7 figures and, vacation 5 times a year. That's what I help one of my clients do, right? That's the harder thing, because we are conditioned to believe we can make a lot of money, but we can't be spoiled and entitled. We need to make it look hard, right? And I'm not saying make it look easy, smile and fake it. No, I'm saying genuinely let your life be easy and aligned, right? Okay, text me back with the one. Oh, sorry, not text me. Email me back with the one that, if you're a client, put in Basecamp, the one that is standing out for you. And make sure to join the 3-Day Entrepreneur waitlist. If you are interested in my 6-month mentorship, I open it twice a year, and I usually sell out mostly from the waitlist. So please make sure that your name is on there if you're thinking about coaching me for 3 months to work a 3-day work week and make 6 figures plus doing it. Really recommend that. Another great resource is my free 3-Day Entrepreneur freebie workbook that will help you create your 3-day work week schedule for your 6-figure year. Check out both those resources. Sending you a big hug.
Thanks for hanging out today. Please hit that subscribe button so you can make sure to stay updated anytime a new episode drops. And I would love for you to join me in my free Facebook community. It's called The Heart-Centered Entrepreneur. We discuss the podcast episodes. I regularly go live and do free trainings. And you may even meet your newest biz bestie. So you can join at heartcenteredcommunity.com. It's absolutely free, and I cannot wait to see you in there.